American sports fans are crazy. Residents in the neighborhood where the Super Bowl is going to be this year in 2022 are saying they're going to charge $1,000 for parking in their driveway, and they're pretty confident they're going to get it. We're going to talk about that and more. Hey, everybody. It is Friday, February 11th, 2022. Thank you for being here. On this channel, we talk about finance, the economy, the financial system, the monetary system, banking. But part of all that is personal finance and how we as people, as consumers, choose to spend our money. Can you imagine someone willing to pay $1,000 to park to go and watch a football game? And that's not even counting the cost of the ticket to the game. And many of these are traveling from out of town, and all these expenses together. You're talking several $1,000s to watch a football game that lasts a few hours. To me, that's just mind-blowing, considering that American consumers are in the most debt that we've ever seen in history at any point, period. And this information comes out of Sports Illustrated. SoFi Stadium went up and everything changed. Now, in this article, they interview a resident in this area. This is the Inglewood part of Los Angeles. And even during the regular season, people are out there trying to get people to park or offering parking places for about $100. But now residents are telling Sports Illustrated interviewers they think they can cram 5 cars into their backyard for the big game at $1,000 per car. Now, you may think that sounds like a pot of gold for people that live in that area, but there's actually a lot more people negative on the stadium being in their neighborhood. For example, sometimes the parking is so bad with so many cars driving around looking for street parking that people have to wait until the fans leave, until the game is over, like an hour after the game, to be able to go pull out and drive somewhere. There's also other people that say that they've literally been late for work because of all the congestion around their house, and that they have to leave for work sometimes 30 to 45 minutes earlier than they normally would. Now, obviously, the game's not here yet. Today's Friday, the game's Sunday, so we don't know if this is really going to happen. But do you think people are really going to pay $1,000 to park for the Super Bowl? Well, that's what the residents that live in the neighborhood, in Inglewood, in the neighborhood where the stadium's at, that's what they're saying, that they can get $1,000 per car for parking. Now, some of the other people, a lot of people in the neighborhood where the stadium's at, within a few mile radius of the stadium, are saying it's caused rents to skyrocket, home prices to skyrocket even faster than other parts of Los Angeles. The entire country is seeing rising home prices for the most part. But around the stadium, especially because of the higher demand now, people want to live closer to the stadium. Right? Imagine being such a sports fan that you'll pay an extra $100,000, $200,000 for a house to live closer to the stadium. Or maybe it's an investment decision. Maybe they know they can charge all this money for parking spots, so they're going to figure that the higher home price is going to be worth it when they calculate how much extra they're going to make during football season for the parking spots. To me, it's just pretty wild and crazy what people will spend money on and how much they'll spend just for a few hours of entertainment. All right, next, let's go out to Las Vegas, and let's talk about the home prices in Las Vegas. Now, Las Vegas is one of the most, it's one of the fastest growing cities here that we've seen in the past few years, not just population, but also price growth and the cost of living there, home prices, rents. And one of the big attractions or new attractions over the past, past couple years has been the football team, the Raiders, coming to Las Vegas. Well, that's caused even bigger demand or larger demand. And let's take a look at this article and see what's happening with home prices in Las Vegas. Home prices, median home price, $435,000. That's up 2.4% in just a month. But take a look at this. Here are January numbers. Median home price. We just talked about $435,000. Year over year, look at this, from 345,000 January 2021, the year over year number, to 435,000. That is a $90,000 increase in 1 year. $90,000 in 1 year, median home price, Las Vegas. But nope, there's people out there that say there's no housing bubble. This is normal. $90,000 a year price increase. Yeah, that's typical. No problem. Nothing to worry about. These markets are not frothy. They're not overvalued. There's no bubble. That's what some people tell you. Now, let me be clear. Just because I think there's a bubble doesn't mean that it can't get bigger. Now, people out there are saying that mortgage rates, because they're rising, that's going to bring home prices down. Well, maybe, but if institutions just come in with cash, then interest rates don't matter. Interest rates do not mean anything to a cash buyer. In fact, higher interest rates are better for cash buyers, for institutions, both, because that's less competition. The less people that can borrow and get a mortgage to buy the home, and the less people bidding on that home, that's better for the cash buyer, and that's better for the institutions. And the mega companies that are buying up so many of the homes right now, it's about 1/3 of all home purchases now are from investors and institutions, and even more in some areas. In some cities, it's 40–50% in certain areas. Also, condo prices. Las Vegas, January 2021, 193,000. This January, year over year, 1 year, 243,000. And I guess everybody wants to live there so they can go watch the Raiders and eat some hot dogs and watch people throw the football around and crash into each other, right? I'm sure that's a big part of the price rise. We see $1,000. People are forecasting getting $1,000 for parking spots there in Los Angeles. Where does the insanity end? Is this the type of insanity that you see before an economic collapse? Or is this just one of the signs that people just don't care anymore? They're just going to spend whatever for luxury, for entertainment. And people are always just going to be expecting some sort of a bailout or some sort of a rescue program when they can't make their housing payment. Interesting times, folks. We're going to wrap this one up. We're going to make it a short one today. Please let me know what you think down in the comments. Would you want to live in a sports stadium? Maybe you can have your yard be an extra source of income and park a few cars there for some games. Let me know down in the comments. Love y'all. Peace out.